All right guys, time to eat again. I'm gonna walk you through one of the meals that I make for my day. This is a carb protein meal with a little bit of veggies, but I'm also gonna show you guys meal prep, some tips, right? So I get my food from Trifecta, but for over 10, 15 years, I didn't have a meal prep company and I cooked my own food. So what I like to do is cook my food once a week or once every 5-6 days, depending on how fresh you like it and how much time you have, and just leave it in the fridge in bulk. I never personally packed my meals for the week. It's a lot easier that way. A lot of people just grab a meal and go. I make my meals for the day. So if I'm home, I make them as I eat. If I go out for the day, I'll make them in the morning, pack them in individual Tupperware, and I'll head out. I'll show you guys what I have in here. This is bison patties from Trifecta. This is shredded chicken. I have some in here that I opened earlier. I got some broccoli here, and I have some sweet potatoes here also, and some brown rice, right? So this is the bulk of my food. I got some salmon in there as well. This isn't a video going just strictly on Trifecta. I'm just showing you guys the Trifecta meals that I get. I get them in bulk. You guys can get meals from Trifecta or any other meal prep company individually packaged, like 6 ounces of chicken, 10 ounces of rice, broccoli, whatever the case may be. I like getting everything in bulk and making my meals. So this meal for me is gonna be sweet potato, chicken, and vegetables. I have some sweet potatoes here that Maria cooked, so I'm gonna use these before I break into the Trifecta meals. I got 2 different sweet potatoes here. Babe, what are these sweet potatoes called? Japanese. So the regular sweet potatoes, like that orange sweet potato like this, I love these. Everyone argues about where they're from. I hear people call them for like Japanese or Chinese or Brazilian. They say it's from their country. It's more like a yam. It's purple outside, yellow on the inside. Much more filling, much more hearty, and they taste incredible. So I'll mix them up since I have a lot of both. So this meal, and I leave the skin on. It's got some benefits as long as you clean the skin before you cook. A lot of fiber in the skin. This ounce is gonna be about 60 grams of carbs, give or take. So it's about 10 ounces of sweet potato will give you about 60. I like my sweet potato sweet and mushy, so I'm gonna throw some salt and cinnamon on this. So that's 2.6, a little bit extra carbs, no problem. And then I do about 6 ounces, which isn't a crazy amount of protein, 6 ounces of chicken. And I try to get in a serving of vegetables in every meal. Not only for health, but honestly, I'm hungry. Like if I have rice and chicken or this chicken and sweet potato, it's not filling for me. I like to eat some salad or some veggies. Salad's one of my favorites because it's really filling. So this is actually shredded chicken. That's by far my most favorite. That's 6.5. Eat a little extra today. Just trained legs, I'm pretty hungry. You want some beef and rice?
Let's do it.
So we're gonna do some bison and brown rice for Darren. Darren does not measure his food. He's not a bodybuilder, but he's in good shape, so you could just tell me when, bro. So I'll open these containers and then I'll transfer them over to something airtight like this. As long as you guys put cooked food in an airtight container, it'll stay fresh for 4 to 6 days in the refrigerator. But if it's not airtight, it's gonna start going bad, and you can tell because it'll just stink. You know, so for some of you younger guys, just getting into meal prep, it takes you a while. You know, I made a lot of mistakes early on. So I think these are like 4 ounces of patty, but again, Darren doesn't measure, so you tell me by eye, bro, what you want. And cutting food with the scissors is a total normal thing. These are cooking shears, I guess they're called. You guys should get yourselves a pair. So much easier than using a cutting board and cutting it. All right, and then this is brown rice. I definitely think brown rice has just a lot more health benefits, guys, than white rice. I like both, I eat both. That's Darren's meal, there's my meal. Now these are all cooked, but I personally like to saute my food. I'm just gonna, for the sake of the video, heat it up a little bit in the microwave so it's not cold on the pan. And I like to lightly saute, get a little more flavor in my food. Sometimes I'll even like lightly burn my rice and chicken and kind of give me a little hibachi flavor. This is coconut oil spray. I got this from Trader Joe's, great price there. Trader Joe's are awesome value for everything. We use coconut oil to cook because it has a higher smoking point, meaning that it can withstand higher heat. Olive oil is healthy, but it's not healthy when you cook high heat with it. So it's only healthy in its raw state. Coconut oil can maintain higher levels of heat, and the spray is better because you're not using as much. If you put a big tablespoon of oil, you're adding so many unwanted calories. We're gonna make these real quick on the pan. But as far as meal prep, the easiest way, if you do it yourself or you use a meal prep, is to cook once a week, once every 5 to 7 days. in bulk and stored in the fridge. So right now I have my chicken, my bison, I have fish, sweet potatoes, rice in the fridge, in bulk, packaged away, and I make my meals individually, and I make my salads and vegetables fresh on a daily basis. I'm not a big fan of having vegetables cooked and sitting in the fridge for a week. That's just kind of gross to me. It gets soggy really easily. So chicken, sweet potato, what I'll do is throw some cinnamon. I'm actually gonna mix this all up together. So the whole thing's gonna be kind of sweet and cinnamony. A little bit of stevia. This is the organic stevia from Whole Food 365. You guys gotta be careful with stevia. It can taste like crap. It gets really, really bitter. This is a heaping quarter teaspoon of pink salt. This actually doesn't have a label. I'm just using the container, but this is just a pink salt, kind of fine. I'll let that saute there. And now Darren's. As for bodybuilding, you want to have a certain amount of salt in your diet, but you want to be consistent with your salt. Too little or too much salt is where it becomes a problem. But once you guys start cooking for yourselves, if you don't put salt in your food, you're gonna realize how important salt is. Food tastes like, I'm not gonna say the word, but tastes terrible without salt. Like, there is not one dessert in the world that doesn't have salt. There's not one dish that you eat in a restaurant that doesn't have salt. If you guys wanna test what I'm saying, make yourselves a batch of cookies or brownies and don't put salt in it. It is not gonna taste good. Nice and fresh. Broccoli that is not fresh smells terrible. It smells like farts. You ever notice that? So that's a good amount of broccoli. All right, here's for the flip. Oh, there you go. That's years of practice. If you guys don't know how to do that, do not do it. You're gonna make a mess of your kitchen. There's been times where I misgauged it and had chicken and rice or sweet potato or whatever I was eating all over my kitchen floor. So that's about good. Again, they're fully cooked. I'm not cooking them. I just want to give them a little bit of that saute, a little bit of that kind of like burn to them. Gives it more flavor. So both these meals are ready. And since I sauteed it together, that was plain brown rice. I had no seasoning. All I did was add salt. But now that it's sauteed together, there's flavor from the bison in the rice. What I was saying is no matter if I'm off season, pre-contest, I don't care what time of year, I always enjoy my meals. When I'm pre-contest, I just want more of it, but it still tastes good. It's just not enough because I'm starving. I like to throw everything in a bowl. I mix it all together. When I'm in prep, I'll literally scrape every ounce of food off the plate, the dish, the bowl, the cooking, anything. So that's it. We're ready to eat. I love, if you guys follow me, you've seen me talk about this. I water down mustard and add stevia. So I get Dijon mustard. This isn't the actual mustard, I'm just using the container. I'll get Dijon mustard. It's not honey Dijon. I love honey Dijon, but it's got sugar in it. It's just regular Dijon, which I don't love. I water it down so I can drizzle it, and I add stevia, the same stevia I have there, and I personally love it. It's a great salad dressing, but I even use it on my meals. And that's it. We're ready to eat. Real quick and simple. When you have your food already cooked and prepped in the refrigerator, you just throw it on a plate. It'll take you 2 minutes and you heat it up. I did it on the pan, so it took a little bit longer, but just always be prepared. I don't care where I'm going or what I'm doing. I won't allow myself to trip up. Like if I'm out, I can make good choices and eat healthy, but I always have food at home. And if I'm gonna head out, I use these type of Tupperwares. This is actually from Pride Foods. They make that organic cream of rice, and they sent me these. These are awesome. They're collapsible and they're airtight. But get yourself some good Tupperware that seals really, really tight. So when this snaps in, that food is staying fresh. I throw it in a backpack with a pack of ice, and I'm good to go for the day. So keep that in mind when you guys are meal prepping. Stay on track and make your meals taste good. Get creative. If your meals don't taste good, if you don't enjoy your meals, you're more likely to fail.